Good morning. This is Virtual PBX admin training. Doing a quick mic test there, making sure everything's getting through to YouTube. We'll give people just a minute here to get logged in to join us. It's going a little bit early. And generally speaking, we'll be here every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So if you have to leave early, or you can't stay, something comes up, you can always come back and visit us the following week. We do store these on our YouTube channel, so you can always come back and watch at a later time that's more convenient for you. And there are also other videos on our YouTube channel discussing various features like ACDQs or the advanced reporting. And it's 10 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and get started. If you have a question about any feature as I'm going through it, just go ahead and use the chat and ask a question, and I'll respond to it either, if necessary, going back to the feature if I missed the question initially. So what we see here is our dash login page, which is at dash.virtualpbx.com. You can also get there from the virtualpbx.com website. If you're there, you just click or mouse over support. You have a little pull down. There'll be a dash login link. You'll click on that, and it'll take you here. Now to log into Dash, we do need your email address. That's your username. Your password, which should have been emailed to you, and the account name, which is typically your company name. Could be also your name if you set up a personal account. If for some reason you don't have, say, your password, then over here towards the bottom right, where it says forgot your info, right, click on that. It's going to flip the panel over. We still need your email address. And then we need one of the two following pieces of information, either the account name, right, so company name, or a phone number on the account. It's like one of the main phone numbers customers call. And then you would click on reset password. This will send an email to you that will have a link to get you logged into Dash. And the point of that link then is you change your password. It'll log you back out, so you can enter your password in here again, as well as giving you the opportunity to click on the Remember Me box, and then you click Sign In. Now I'm using a test account that's been around for about 6 years, give or take. So when I log in, it's initially going to take me right to the dashboard. Once it finishes loading. Now, if it's your first time logging in, this is not what you're going to see the first time. Instead, you're going to get to your account page, which you can always get to by clicking on your name up here at the top. And you see here, this is my user information. So I can change my email address here or my own password here, right? Since it's my user portal, I can change my time zone, etc. Because I'm an admin, I can also get to the account settings over here on the left. The main thing that's changed here is typically the time zone. If for some reason you change the account name, please let our billing team know. They need to adjust other things on their side to make sure everything is matched up appropriately. Now, on your accounts, when you when you're on this page, you'll have another set of settings down here for billing related things. So you'll have a link there for your service plan, to see your invoices, to update your credit card, and the contact, right, the overall billing contact. And then when you're done, you would just click on Close. Now, I'll point out that first time you log in, the wizard starts up, so little pop-up windows highlighting different fields. It will start on your account page. When you close, the wizard will again start up here as well on your dashboard, just to give you a quick overview of some of the key features. All right, so at the top, your name, that gets you to the account field. Then we've got the question mark icon, and then you get some sub options here. So first is chat with us. This will open up a chat window so you can speak to our support team. They can walk you through setting up a feature. Learn more. This will open up a new tab and take you to the support pages, so you can look at the written guides that have screenshots typically. There's also some videos for some of the features as well. The online store, this goes to store.virtualpbx.com. this is where you would order a physical VoIP phone, like a Yealink or a Polycom phone or a router. There's a blank spot here. On some accounts, this will be, we'll have a link to the web phone. The web phone is a kind of VoIP device. It makes use of Chrome or Firefox on a computer or desktop or laptop computer, and it lets you make and receive calls using your internet connection. So basically, on my user, I don't have a web phone currently. That's why it's not showing up here. Oh, also for some users, between your name and the question mark icon, there'll be an icon here that says DND for Do Not Disturb. It's a little toggle. If it's white, that means it's active, meaning calls are going to be going to your voicemail or not being offered to you. Right? If it's black with a white outline, then it's not active. The reason I don't have it on my user is because my user is also in an ACD queue. And basically, having a Do Not Disturb toggle and being in an ACD queue can cause problems for calls coming into the queue. So that's why it was removed for people who are in queues. All right, we got the 3 horizontal line icon, menu icon, or hamburger icon. This takes you to other features of Dash. We are currently in the dashboard, which we'll be spending most of our time in, but we'll be getting to all of these, at least briefly. And then we have the logout icon here to the far right. Right here in the middle, we got total users. I have 21. These are people who are on my account who make and receive calls. If I'm on a per user plan, each one of these people costs me more money, right? So if I add a 22nd person, my bill's going to go up. Likewise, if let's say I have a couple of people leave my company because they got a new job or they wanted to take care of family, what have you, I can remove them from my account and then I would save money on my bill. Total devices, I have 45. And then you see we here have a breakdown. So first up is the web phone, right? Using Chrome or Firefox. I have 14 of them. Then we got cell phone. That's pretty self-explanatory. Soft phone. That's okay. So soft phone is okay. Let me spend some time on some jargon. So VoIP, right? Voice over Internet Protocol. That's basically using your internet connection to make and receive calls. Soft phone, software application that makes use of that internet connection to make and receive calls. So a soft phone is a kind of VoIP phone. The web phone is technically a type of soft phone. It was developed later, and is there's no charge for a soft phone, or I'm sorry, the web phone. So that's why it's been separated out from the soft phone. Now the soft phone, that can be for the VirtualPBX soft phone application. That can be for someone else's soft phone application. Right? In that regard, it's not broken down. Down here we got SIP phone. So SIP is a kind of VoIP phone. In this case, it's a physical VoIP or physical phone, right? It sits on your desk, like a Polycom, Cisco, etc. There are other kinds of VoIP phones on the market. So like if you're out shopping, you'll see, hey, your VoIP phone. And to work with us, you're going to want to double check our auto provisional phones because those are the ones those are supported phones, right? But the main thing you need to look for is that it's SIP phone, right? It's SIP compliant or SIP compatible. That way you at least have a chance of it working with us. And then landline, pretty self-explanatory. Then I've got unregistered devices. I have 17. So Dash can detect when a VoIP phone is properly registered or connected to us. So in this case, the system is telling me I have 17 phones that we can't send calls to. This could be because someone hasn't logged into their soft phone yet. Or it could be someone hasn't plugged in their physical phone. It could also be someone's having an internet outage at their location, or their network settings are not properly set up and the phone is plugged in or logged in, but it can't actually reach us. Next up, we have total numbers. I have 31 phone numbers, right? These are phone numbers people can dial to get to my account in some fashion. Live accounts have anywhere from 2 to 15 phone numbers as part of their monthly plan price. You'd want to verify that on our plans pages or pricing page. Or you can talk to our account services team. They can let you know how many phone numbers are included and what the overage is for having more than your monthly allotment. So I am obviously over 15 phone numbers, so I am paying at least $1.99 per phone number. So that's 16 times $1.99. But some plans, they have a higher, at least on some of our older plans, they had a higher charge per extra phone number. All right, down here, I've got assigned numbers and spare numbers. An assigned number means I'm using it, right? It goes someplace. It's like one of these two main numbers up here, right? This conference number, this fax box number. But it can also be a number that goes directly to one of my salespeople, or a number that goes right to my support ACD queue, or one of my ring groups, etc. Spare number, it's a number on my account, so it still counts towards my allotment. I'm just not using it right now. Right? That could be because I had a promotion that just ended, and I'm tired of getting calls on that phone number now because it's no longer a valid promotion. So I just unassigned it, put it in the spare, so now that number doesn't go anywhere. Right? Or it could be I got a block of 10 numbers that were in sequence. I just haven't gotten to the last couple ones yet. Next up, we've got US DID and US toll-free. So US toll-free is actually US Canada toll-free, right? 800 number 888 all the way down to 833 currently. US DID, that just means a US local phone number, right? So say a number in Los Gatos, California versus a number in Elmira, New York, or in Coral Gables, Florida, or anywhere in between. You can also have an international phone number on your account. If you are interested in acquiring an international number, you need to email our porting team. That's PORTING at virtualpbx.com. And they'll need to know the city and country that you want a phone number in. They'll double check to see if there's additional requirements. Those additional requirements come from that country, right? Their telecom regulatory service. We pass that information on to you. Once we get whatever required documentation that we need, we submit that, hopefully get approved, and then we can get a number for you. Some countries don't care, right? Others are fairly stringent. Conference bridges, I have 8 of them. That means I have enabled the conference bridge on 8 users, right? So I have 8 users who are moderators or who could host a conference. Over here to the right, we got my main numbers. These numbers behave the same way. They go to the same location. They'll have the same main greeting. Then I've got my conference number. You can have multiple conference room numbers if you want. But this is the phone number everyone calls to get into the conference, whether they're your staff member or a vendor, customer, etc. They all dial this phone number, and then they need to enter the conference room number and the PIN number. The fax box number, you can currently just have the one main fax box number. This enables faxing on the account as a whole. This is your inbound fax number. The company directory, this downloads a text file which has your users and their extension numbers. The softphone directory, this is for use with the VirtualPBX desktop softphone application. You download this file and then you would upload it to your softphone. And then you can see the status of your other staff members in relation to the softphone, right? So I can see on my softphone, oh, coworker Mike is available. Right? He's not on a call right now. I can give him a call so we can talk about a particular feature that's coming out that we need to work on documentation for example. Likewise, I could see, oh, my boss Jay is on a call, so I can't call him to talk to him about a customer issue or asking for time off. All right. Then we got the store discount code. So just for being a Dash customer, you get a discount in our on our online store at the store.virtualpbx.com. And then lastly, we've got the account realm. The account realm is used in a couple things. One is used in programming a third-party application or device, right? So third-party softphone, third-party VoIP phone. And then it's also used in faxing out. So on Dash, to send a fax out, it's an email to fax service. So you create an email. In the to field of the email, you put the plus sign, the number 1, then the area code and phone number you're faxing to, the @ symbol, and then your account realm. and then you simply attach a PDF or a TIFF file and click send. The system doesn't look at the body of the email. It doesn't look at the subject line. It looks at the to field, right, to know where it's going and where it came from, and then the attachment. You only send one attachment per email / per fax. Right, at the top here, we got the company caller ID. So you can select any of your main numbers, however this pull down isn't working. And then you have the company caller ID name. So you can enter in text in this box up to 15 characters, including spaces and special characters. Once you click on Save Changes, that the company caller ID name information gets sent out to the other carriers who support this service. It takes them about 3 business days to get all updated. Right now, that's not something we can control. That's other companies' servers that are being updated. Whenever you make an outbound call with the VoIP phone, then this phone number and then this word, Tandoori, is being transmitted out as part of your caller ID information. Now, when calls go out, it can go through several different carriers before it reaches its destination. If any one of those carriers doesn't support the CNAME information or the company name information, that means it's not getting through to the person you're calling. Right? They'll still get the phone number, right? But they're not going to get the name. Now, the major carriers all support CNAME. It's usually the small or regional carriers who do not. Also, when you're calling a cell phone, like an AT&T cell phone, AT&T has ultimate control, but shows up on their cell phone's displays. Right? They're the ones who put in spam risk or telemarketer, right? And that's a service to their customers, their subscribers. We can't change that. Right? We send the Tandoori in this case. Right? That information is going out. AT&T will decide if they're gonna allow it to show up on cell phones on their network. Right? And I know for a fact, at least it used to be, AT&T, I could pay to have CNAME information show up on my cell phone. It was like an extra $10 a month at the time. I chose not to do that because I don't really need it for my own cell phone. But that's something to be aware of if you're having to be calling a lot of cell phone users, that your CNAME information may not go through. Company emergency information, or E911. For each phone number, you can set up the address that's associated with it, which is important in case someone on the VoIP phone picks it up, dials 911. This is the address information that by default is going to be sent to emergency services. Now, each of your phone numbers can have their own address, and you can, for each VoIP phone that you have, you can determine which address is associated with that VoIP phone. So, and then any changes, you click on Save Changes. Next up, we have hold music. So on Dash, hold music is defined as after a call has reached a user and they have pressed hold on their VoIP phone. That is when hold music will play. Not quite sure why it's taking so long to show up. But basically, when the pop-up shows up here, you can upload your own hold music to Dash. You can upload .wav, .wav, .mp3, or .ogg files. You want them recorded in mono, not in stereo, and you want to keep the number under 1 megabyte in file size. So like a 1 megabyte MP3, for example, is roughly 5 minutes. We'll revisit that shortly. Let's go ahead and go to the main number. Assuming the page will load. All right, it's looking like I'm having a very poor internet connection. I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream for now, and hopefully I'll be back on shortly to continue. So I do apologize. If this is something you need right away, please look at last week's stream on the channel, and you can go over all of that. So I do apologize. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream.